The 14th, the 11th of April, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua is Rashi.
Okay.
Hello, Rabbi.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, I hear you. What happened here now? Okay. Excuse me.
Rabbi, we can't see you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear?
What's happening? Ah, no wonder. 1 second. There we go.
There
Fine.
you are.
Okay. I turned off. Let's see. Okay.
Now we are in.
Yeah. Um, 1 second. Yeah. Yeah. Up to chapter Yud Gimel.
Good, Kimmel.
Okay. And by the way, just as a short introduction to this whole concept, Tzoras is, first explain, is more a spiritual disease than a physical disease. Obviously, it has spiritual manifestations, but its source is directly connected to the fact that it is because a person has done certain averis, antisocial averis, like speaking Lashon Hara, or worse, speaking Motzi Shemra. Motzi Shemra means actual slandering somebody else, speaking for a falsehood against somebody else. That's Motzi Shemra. And Lashon Hara is even when it's true, but it's something to deride somebody. Even if it's true, even if the person did do something wrong, that doesn't justify somebody else speaking against it.
Uh-huh.
So do we have Tzoras today?
No.
So why did we separate? Why do we not eat fish and meat together?
Yes, true. That is true, because it's also kosher davacha. Mar says it means it produces tzoras. I do not know why nowadays. I mean, even though okay, we do not have the physical manifestation of tzoras, but the actual fact that it is something which is not a desirable thing to do, that remains. We may not get the actual effect involved. The tzoras effect, but the mice is still something which is not healthy.
So it says that fish and meat is a sakana. What does that mean? I thought a sakana meant it was a physical danger.
Yes, it is. The Mefarshim explain, besides this Indian of tzoras, the idea is, the Ramban, I think it is, mentions this idea, is that one shouldn't mix hot and cold foods, which what I mean is follows. I'm not talking just whether it's 40 degrees, whether it's 40 degrees centigrade or 10 degrees centigrade. That's not what I mean. I mean that there are certain foods which cause the body to heat up, and there are certain foods which cool down the body. anybody who somebody told me, I never think, but anybody who learns a bit about macrobiotics, is it? This is one of the fundamentals, that you don't mix body warming foods with body cooling foods. And the mice meat is has a property of warming up the body. It's considered something which heats up the body, and fish is considered something which cools down the body. Therefore, the two do not jive. Anybody say? I mean, you can check it up on medical sources, but Stamazo, that you can verify this fact. It's not good to mix body warming foods with body cooling foods.
But the Gemara says it's saras. It's not.
Yeah, okay,
About
right. So what's the idea behind that? I don't know. I mean to say it's got nothing to do with being antisocial. You see from that, I don't know. You got a good point. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's who read Pasuk Ches? I don't know.
Yes.
Yud Gimel Ches.
Sorry.
Yud Gimel Ches.
Where did we go? We got so far?
I thought we
No.
were at the beginning of Yud
I thought
Gimel.
we got up to Gimel.
Yeah, we're up to Perek Yud Gimel Pasuk Gimel.
Oh, Pasuk good.
Right. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Let's do Pasuk Gimel. Whose turn is it? I don't remember now. Who read Pasuk Base? Nobody's
Yeah.
admitting.
I remember.
No, I don't remember. You go first, okay?
I'm sorry, who did you say?
Please go ahead and read.
Okay. Vira'a
Yes, of course. You knew you weren't here yesterday anyway.
HaKohen Es Hanega Ba'or HaBasar V'Se'ar Ba'nega Hafach Lavan U Mar'e HaNega Amok Me'or B'Saro Nega Tara'as Hu V'Ra'ahu HaKohen
Oh, okay.
V'Timei Oso. Okay, so it means the Kohen shall look at the affliction on the skin of his flesh. If hair in the affliction has turned white and the affliction's appearance is deeper than the skin of his flesh, it is tsaras. It is a tsaras affliction. The Kohen shall look at it and make him tameh.
Making to it. Yeah, actually, I didn't translate the word nega as an affliction, as a mark. Right? Nega is a mark.
Nega is
a mark. Yeah, actually, Chazal say, the Mefarshim says, in particular, Hirsch speaks about it. I mean, it's something which produces tumah. And we've mentioned before that tumah always comes as a result of where there's been life and life has been taken away. yeah, then that produces tumor. The tumor is caused by um, a removal of a certain aspect of life. That's why a woman who gives birth, right? Even though the Maisa, she's nothing really died per se, but she had a living being inside her, and once she gave birth, right, then that living being inside her is no longer there. She's expelled that living being. So therefore, she gets she becomes Tomei. Now, by tsaras is basically, this is how I think Hirsch explains it, is that the skin has, actually not so much the skin, the flesh has died to a certain extent on that patch. That's why it's turned white. It's lost its redness, which includes, which is a indicator. What the redness indicates the fact that the blood is flowing there properly. And when it now turns white, that means it's right. Livelihood is not the right word, but it's lost its life. That patch of skin has lost its life, its lifeblood. So therefore, that's why it becomes Tomei. Okay.
All right, Rashi.
Yeah.
Rashi says, Rashi, let's see. Where's Rashi? Here's Rashi. V'sa'ar ba nega hafach lavan. Mitechila shachor. At first it was black. The hafach the lavan, and it turned to white. Besoch hanega, within the mark. Amok.
1 second. Now I have a Rashi here. Umiut seor shnai. You have that?
I don't see that.
Oh, that's what I have over here. Umiut seor shnai. It has to be at least 2 hairs.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, okay, I'm going to ask you the obvious question in a minute, but anyway. Omad ma'or basoroi.
Kol mar'e lavan. Any white appearance. Amok, who is deep, i.e., it appears deeper than something dark next to it.
Right. Now, you know the famous optical illusion, right? Where you do put 2 dark lines next to each other and have a white, a piece of like clear space between them. So that space between them looks recessed. That's why it looks narrower, I think, than the 2, even if it's the equidistant. I mean, the 2 black lines and the white line in between are exactly the same width. The white line will look narrower.
Never saw that. Interesting.
Never saw that? Yeah. But anyway, that's this. So that's a phenomenon. That's an example of this phenomenon.
Okay, Kimar Chama. As the appearance of the sun. Amuka min ha'etz. I'm sorry, hatzel. Deeper than the shade. Vitame oso. Yomar lo, he shall say to him, Tameh ata, you are Tameh. She se'ar lavan, for white hair. Siman tum'ah hu, is a sign of Tuma. Gezeras Hakasuv. It's a Gezeras of a decree of scripture.
Yeah, which means again, it means it's like this is what the Torah tells you. We may not understand it. Why? Okay.
Right. Fact.
It's a fact.
Interesting. White hair is the sign of Tuma.
Right. Now, the Mefarshim explain them.
I'm
You
in
see,
trouble.
I know. Aren't we all?
We're all.
Okay. But it's obviously that it's only a type of white hair which comes in together with this white skin.
White skin or red skin?
White. The skin is white.
Skin is white.
He had the previous pasuk. Pasuk base.
Right.
Means that's a white color. Rashi said that. These are names of Tzoras marks. And one is whiter than the other.
Right, got it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's continue. Pasuk Dalet.
Okay. Ve'im ba'acheret levana hi be'or b'saro ve'amok ein mar'eha min ha'or usa'ara lo hafach lavan ve'hiskir ha'kohen et hanega shivat yamim. Okay, so if the white bacheret in the skin of his flesh, okay. If the appearance isn't deeper than the skin, and his hair did not turn white, the Kohen Iskir closes from Sagur.
He shall how do you call it? Quarantine.
Oh, quarantine. Okay. The nega, the wound. Okay, for 7 days.
Yes. By the way,
you said nega was a mark. What's Baharis?
Baharis is a type. It's a certain whiteness.
Whiteness.
It says when Baharis levona hi bar b'sarek. Means there's a white mark on the skin, but it doesn't appear recessed from the skin.
Well, wait a second. If it needs to say white, then a Baharis is not necessarily white, right?
Let me exactly see how I translated it. You just 1 second.
Yeah, I thought the 3 different types had different degrees of whiteness to it.
Correct. They are. There's 2 major types, and each one has a subsidiary type, and they're all different levels of whiteness.
Okay.
1 second. Yeah, I don't have the actual Chumash over here. Just 1 second. I'm going to open that up. Says as a appears on the screen as a mark of time. If the spot is white on his skin but does not appear deeper than the skin.
So you're saying it's a spot.
Right, yeah, nega is a spot.
No, Beharis, I'm asking.
Baharis is, yeah, sorry, it's a white spot. That's how I translated it. In Baharis Levonai, this spot is white, means it has the basic, you call it, attribute of Baharis that it is white, but it doesn't appear deeper than the skin.
But these terms, spot and mark,
Right?
they don't really tell me what's the difference between one and the other.
So nega is the general term for all kinds of marks on the skin.
Okay.
Problematic marks on the skin. Let's call it that way. Okay?
Okay. And
Yeah. And whereas Baharis, now these Negoim are divided up into certain categories. One type is Baharis, which is a certain kind of group of whiteness. Baharis indicates a certain whiteness. And Sa'is is another kind. That's what we had in Pasuk base. Adam Kirba B'Soro is Sa'is, which is one type of whiteness. Oisapachas, which is the subsidiary kind of Sa'is whiteness. And Baharis, or it has Baharis, and Chazal explain it similarly, Baharis also has a subsidiary level of whiteness, something similar. The Gemara explains different terms. One looks like egg white, the shell of an egg, the white shell of an egg. The other one says it's looks like the lime wash, in which they painted the sanctuary, the heichal of the Beis Hamikdash, Sita heichal. Okay, I'm not exactly what I mean to tell me. What they call it. Tambor has, if you go into a tambor store, you want to buy paint, they'll give you a whole list of different shades of white or shades of any color you want. Okay, so exactly which number to ask in the tambor store, I do not know. But that's Chazal say that there are different shades of white. Okay, but that Baharis refers to the whiteness. Okay. Nega just means any unusual spot on the skin. Doesn't nega itself, the word nega itself does not necessarily indicate white. Okay?
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Rashi says, very interesting Rashi. You finished the pasuk, translating the pasuk?
No, I
Hello?
didn't even start.
I'm sorry.
This
Yeah.
is Dalit now, right?
It
says
does.
V'im b'acheret levana. Maybe I did translate it.
Yeah, you read the pasuk, but you didn't do the Rashi yet.
So the Rashi says v'amoch ein mar'eha min ha'or, and its appearance is not deeper than the skin. Lo yadati perusho. I don't know what it means.
So what Rashi means when he says, I don't know what it means, is because basically, if it's white, then it should produce this optical illusion of being deeper than its surroundings.
Right.
So how is it shaykh to be white but not appear deeper than its surroundings? So that's really what's bothering Rashi. If you look in the Sifsei Chachomim over here, I have Nira oimek v'rochi, ikar iyas adam hu b'shocha shaba'ayim. Mekabel harois midova shocha yosim min alova. Aken kishuro dova shesh b'shocha b'lovon. V'gein chama shi levona, v'tzel shocha, yole shashocha korov elov yosim alova. That's Minchas Yaakov.
Ah,
Sorry, I wasn't on to think. Lo yidati pirush, I'm going on both. From the kosher Rashi, given the baheres levonai, if the baheres is indeed white, loma eina amuka min ha'ora, why is it does not appear recessed from the skin? So kol mari lovon or make min ha'shachar. Anything white appears deeper or more distant than black, Moshe Pirish. From kushazu lo yoda Rashi lefarish time dikra. Because out of this question, Rashi didn't know how to explain what the pasuk means.
ah.
Okay, let me see if I have something, a note on my 10. Yeah, I quote the Ramban over here. Verse, maybe even, okay, it's a little bit complicated. I'm not going to go into it. The Mefarshim and Rashi tried to give some various answers to Rashi's question. Okay. Okay, let's do one more Rashi to end the week. Okay.
Okay. The Hiskir, this is where the Kohen, I guess, quarantines them, closes them off, it says. Yaskiru b'vayit echad. Okay, so he is, they close him off in one house. V'lo yera'eh, and he does not appear before the Kohen. Okay. Ad sof hashavua, until the end of the week. V'yokihu simanim alav. And v'yokihu.
The simonim, the symptoms which he has then will determine what his status is then.
What his status is. Okay, very good.
Okay. I wish you everybody good Shabbos.
Have a
Okay,
good Shabbos, everybody.
Have a good
Yeah.
Shabbos.
Bye. Go out,
Very good.
Mayor.
Okay,
you.
Baruch Tiyeh. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
So
Bye.
next week, Rabbi, we're not meeting.
Yeah, I can't meet next week. There's too much going on.
Okay. For me, for sure, Sunday, Monday, I will not be able to. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If yes, it will be on the Haggadah, not on the Chumash.
Oh, that'd be nice. Okay, so can I
Okay.
ask you to email me if you decide you're gonna do it?
Yes, and in addition, send me a reminder on Tuesday morning, maybe. Okay.
Okay, I'll send you an email reminder asking you if you're.
Early, but send me early, like say something like 9 in the morning or something.
Okay.
Okay.
9 in the morning. Okay, I'll set an alarm.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, have
Bye.
a good Shabbos.
Yeah,
Take care.
Bye now.